Welcome to another video. Oh, it has been a minute. Welcome to the channel. My name is Antrell, and if you enjoy books, if you enjoy lifestyle, if you enjoy vlogs, you're in the right place. I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe. And if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into this video. So this video, it's going to be a book recap on the books that I have completed for the month of March, February, and the ones that I'm getting into in April, or the ones I've already completed in the month of April. So this should be a very interesting video. I hope it's not too long, but I can say that I have not been disappointed this month, and I'm excited to go over some of the books. So let's get into some of the books. Here are some of the books for the month of February. And I do have to say that for the month of February, was not disappointed. Definitely had a lot of good books that were completed, and I was so excited with a lot of these books. I feel like you get a lot of recommendations that come through to TikTok, and you know, I frequent the library a lot, and there's a lot of recommendations that come through there, and I have not been disappointed. I have to say, have not been disappointed. So the first book is going to be She's Not Sorry by the author Mary Kubica. And y'all, this book was this was a thriller. So let's start off with there. This was a thriller, and it was kind of suspenseful too, if I might say. So we have our main character who is a nurse. She's a nurse. She works in a hospital, and she gets a patient that she begins to take care of, but come to find out she has a connection with this patient. And are her intentions of taking care of this patient genuine, or are they malicious? This book, it did not disappoint. I really enjoyed this one. It kept me guessing all the way through this book, and I absolutely loved it. It had your, when you think you know, you have no idea, and then it's like, bam, everything comes out. And you know those books that you start to, oh, this person, or this person, oh, that person looks sus, you know? It was that type of deal. And again, it kept me guessing the whole entire time throughout the book. And I have to say, I really loved it. Our next book is Hostile Takeover by Christina St James. And when I tell you, this book had all of the drama and spiciness. This is on a scale of 5 spicy, okay? So if you do not like spice, don't even attempt, because you're going to get it with this one. We have our main character, and she's a part of a family who is, they have a very thriving business. And then you have some things that are going on within their family business. And this particular business is beginning to, or there's some underlying issues, and it's not brought really to the forefront of people who are involved in this family business, which are the family members. And a decision has to be made. They make a, what do I want to say? They make a, I feel like almost an indecent proposal. An indecent proposal with one of the family members who are a part of this business, with another successful business, in order to keep their business thriving. And this arrangement that they have, or they decided, or I want to say the father of this struggling, used to be successful business made arrangements for his daughter without her knowing. So unbeknownst to her, she's been put in a predicament, and that starts all the drama. This is one of those books where you have a enemies to lovers type of storyline. I don't love those a lot. I don't love those only because I feel like, should I be hating this person or should I love them? I get really confused in my mind because I really want to hate this person, but then it's like everything turns around, you end up loving them at the end. I don't like it. The tomfoolery, the mind bleeping of it all, I don't like it, but I do love it. Something's wrong with that. Something's absolutely wrong with that. This is my first time actually getting into one of her books or reading one of her books, because this is my first time ever hearing of her, and I really enjoyed this book. So I definitely recommend this one. Again, on the spice meter, it is 5. So if you don't like spice, don't do this one. And our final book is Lilith. And this one is by Alexandra House. And this one was another enemies to lovers book, and the spice meter was 5 again. I feel like 5. So this had a lot of spice in it. So good. Again, you don't know whether to like the enemy or love them. It always turns around to you kind of like them at the end, but I don't like it. Again, the mind bleeping of it all. So we have our main character who is she's a successful business owner, and she's wanting to really dive into her business. So she decides to move in close to her business. This is when things start to unravel. She gets introduced in not such a good way to a man who she really doesn't want any part. She doesn't want to have any association with this man, but it happens. And when I tell you things build from this, you're gonna want to get into this one. This one was so good. It turns a interesting situation into a very interesting situation at the end. So spice meter again. Spice meter is going to be 5. So if you don't like spice, this one would not be for you. But I absolutely loved it. This was Lilith, and so good. That was the month of February. Now let's get into the month of March. March books were interesting. We had a little bit of everything like we had in the last selection. So we have our thrills and we have our spice here. I don't know if you want to call this spice. We'll get into it. Our first book is going to be Kings of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. And I had heard so many things about this book. I had heard about this book on TikTok. I had seen it in the libraries. I had been recommended this book, and I said, you know what? It is time. It is time to hunker down, and we're going to get into this one here. And I wasn't disappointed. I can say with this book, it was a lot for me. So we have our main characters are siblings, 3 siblings, and their family has a crematory business. This crematory business is very successful. They handle a lot of work for funeral homes that are local in the area. And they had their mom who went missing, but they never heard from her again, assuming that she probably is not coming back. They have never had an opportunity to know what happened to their mom. And they have grown up, become adults. So this happened when they were younger. Their mom went missing. So they are grown up, they become adults. And one of the siblings move away and is very successful in his life. The 2 stay behind in their family home with their dad, helping out with the crematory business and that. So the oldest, well, not the oldest, but one of the brothers, the brother who moved away, he's called back to their family home because something horrific has happened to their father. And without hesitation, he comes back home and he begins to find out so much that is going on in his hometown that he had no clue of what was happening. And from there, all types of things start to happen. When I tell you this book was intense, it was intense for me. I had to start it, stop it, start it, stop it. It was really a movie for me. This book made me feel like I was watching a movie. It made me feel like I was watching a movie. I have to say it was so good. It was very intense. If you don't like intense, I don't know if I will recommend this one for you. Very intense. I definitely do recommend, I would say be your own judge. Give it a try. I definitely do recommend. I was able to get through it and I actually liked the outcome and the whole plot, the storyline. All of it was good. It just became very intense for me at times. Our next book is A Box Full of Darkness. I don't know why I want to say A Box Full of Chocolates. I don't know. Where did that come from? Book is A Box Full of Darkness by Simone St James. And this one for me was rough. It was very, very rough. So it's based around our three characters, a brother and two sisters. When they were younger, their younger brother, so it would have been four of them, went missing while playing a game of hide and go seek. So the brother goes missing and he was never found. The kids grow up, they become adults. They all live their separate lives. They move away from their family home. Till one day, they're called back to the family home by their brother who has never been found. So this is some supernatural type of thing, right? And they've been called back to the home, and they know when the brother calls them back to the home, or if something like this happens, they're to come back. Things are happening and they need to tap in, pretty much. Like they need to figure out what's going on. So they come back to the home and all types of things start to happen. Things are starting to be revealed. And this book was one of those books. So it is a thriller and it is a suspenseful book as well. I feel like with this one, it's almost a story in a story, if that makes sense. And I think for this one, it kind of like took me out of the book, took me into something else, and then brought me back. And then it was just a lot, I felt like, going on. But I feel like it still stuck with the storyline, but it was just bizarre to me. And I don't know, maybe it's just me and then I just didn't get it. But I don't know if I got it completely. But I would recommend, I would say go in with your own expectations. But that was it, A Box Full of Darkness. The next book is going to be My Husband's Wife. This one is by Alice Feeney. And I absolutely love this one. Let's hear. I have the book here. My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. And this one was so good. So I absolutely like this one a lot. I definitely would recommend this one. I feel like the story made me feel like, what? Like it made me feel, it put me in the position of the person. And not too many books make me, put me in the place of that character, right? Or that person in that book. Not a lot of them make me feel like that, but I definitely felt like that within this book here. Our main character, she is going out one day for a run, and then, as she's coming back to her marital home, she finds herself locked out of her home. Locked out of her home. She doesn't understand what is going on. And she, begins to try to get into her home, and her husband does not remember her. There's a woman in her home that looks identical, just like her, and she can't figure out what in the heck is happening. This woman is now homeless. She doesn't have a home. She doesn't have anywhere to go. And she's trying to figure out what in the world is going on. I can only imagine something happening to me like that. That would really blow my mind. I wouldn't know what I would do. What in the world am I going to do? I go out for a run, routine run, probably something you do every morning or whatever. Come back home to find out you don't have a home. This one will do it for me. That would do it for me. So I definitely do recommend this one. This one is a thriller, and it has some suspense in it as well. And I absolutely love the storyline. Love this book. Definitely do recommend. And that's going to be My Husband's Wife. Our next book is Half His Age. And this one is by Jeanette McCurdy. And this one was a lot. I liked the book at the end, okay, is what I'm going to say. I grew to like it. It is a age gap relationship, and it is very inappropriate. If you guys remember the teacher, why am I drawing a blank here? But I'll put it up. If you remember the teacher, this book gives me some of the vibes of the teacher. So we have a teenage girl who's in high school, who's kind of lost, can't find her way, and she feels out of place. But she has this one class that she begins to love because she gets praises from the teacher, who really starts to believe in her. This situation turns left really quickly. That is all I'm going to say. And something really nice comes at the end of the book. But there's spice in this one. There's a lot of spice in this one. So hold on to your hats. There's a lot of spice in this one. It is age gap relationship. Totally inappropriate, but it is happening. It is happening, and I'm going to recommend this one. It might be a little uncomfy for some people who may not be into that type of thing. Even if it's just reading the book or listening to the book, you might not be into it, and it's okay. But I'm going to recommend anyways. I'm going to recommend anyways. I took a gamble on this one. I had heard about it, and I just said, you know what, let's just see what it's about. You know, I got through it, and I can say I liked it at the end. So that is it. Our next book is The In-Laws by James Caine. So this book, I want to say, that The In-Laws, just from the picture of the book, really took me on a ride here. Like, because I felt like, and two, I want to just let this be known, like, this book was a library pick, and I didn't hear anything about this book. It was one of those ones I said, you know, I'm going to take a chance on, and let's see where this takes me. So I did that, and I wasn't disappointed. And from the cover of the book, I was thinking, oh, we have some really evil in-laws who are just mean, or they're just malicious. You know, they're going to be up to some devious things. But no, totally different. Totally not what I expected, and I liked it. So we have our main characters who are husband and wife. This husband and wife get married, and the husband sides of the family, his mom and dad, were not there at the wedding. Now, that's a red flag to me. And I mean, well, some of the times it depends, because I know that some people don't have relationships with their parents. So he didn't have any of his family there. And the wife, she was a little suspicious of it, but she didn't pay it any mind, and it was whatever. So one day they get with the husband, he asks the wife and says, you know, how about we go and visit my parents? And she's excited because she has not yet met his parents, and they've been married for a couple of years now. and she would like to meet them. So they go off to meet the parents, and they stay very secluded, you know, in the woods somewhere, and no one, you know, there's no neighbors or anything like close in proximity. Very, very odd. She gets to meet the parents, and the parents are a delight when she first meets them, but there is something behind who these parents are, and it will definitely take you on a ride, because what I thought I had an idea about when it came to the parents, I had no idea. And what I thought was going to be a situation was not. So I recommend this one. I took a chance on this one, and I absolutely love this one. It is one of those unsuspected books that you are really surprised by, and I was surprised by this one, so I will recommend this one. Well, that was the month of March's books, and I would like to say that we had a little something of everything in there for the people. So, you know, we had our spice, inappropriateness, we had our thriller, our suspense, and I would say The Kings of Ashes was suspenseful too. It's a little bit of everything in there. So if that's something you're into, any of these, I feel like you could find a good book out of one of these recommendations or selections. But I really enjoyed the month of March's books. It had a lot in store for me. So next up is our month of April books. And this month, I am still, wasn't a very successful month. I'm just going to say it. Like, I feel like there was a lot going on. And I really have not been involved with books. So I'm hoping to pick this back up. So starting off strong, we have Phases, a memoir by Brandy. And when I tell you this book here, I have been anticipating on completing this one and getting my hands on it, because I love Brandy. I feel like Brandy is an icon in her own right, and I feel like she had a story to tell. I feel like she had always been very private with her life, and her getting her opportunity, her chance to tell her story the way that she wanted, I could not pass up the chance to dive into this one, because I felt that a lot of her life, she had to move a certain way so that she wouldn't disappoint people and to keep up a certain image. So I was very, very ready for this one. And I think the title of it was so fitting, Phases, because if you think about it, we go through different phases of our lives, and that's just the truth about it. And I loved it. And I think that with a lot of her chapters in her book, let's see here. Oh, she definitely dedicated her book to her daughter, Sarai, which I thought was really, really sweet. So she labeled a few of her chapters. I'm pretty sure they are based on her albums. So like Borderline, I know that's a song. New Moon, I think that might be one. In Eclipse, possibly, and I think Lucid Dreams as well. So yeah, a lot of this was good. These so good. Like the titles of these chapters were so fitting. It's just like an album, you know. It's just like an album. The one I really enjoyed was Broken Hearted. I think that's where she, if I can remember, that's where she started to just document or tell her story, not document, but that's where she started to tell her story about her being in a relationship with an older man. And I have to say it was very interesting. She definitely gave some ins and outs of the music business and how she went through a lot of bullying when she was younger, and people made fun of her, and she was afraid to go to school. And I mean, I think a lot of us who have been young or younger or experienced things like this may be able to connect, you know. And it's just like, wow, you know, these celebrities are just like us. And I also enjoyed that she shared pictures of her as a youngster and the different phases that she went through in her life. So I love that. So I think the book was really, really good. This is another one I feel like I'm going to purchase along with My Husband's Wife, become part of my archive, because that's the beauty of the library. I love it. I love to be able to get the books, complete them, and then, okay, I think I'm sold on this one. I'm going to get it. I would like to come back to this one, so I need to own it. So that's how I do it. I love the book. I absolutely love Phases. I feel like that's one I will definitely probably pick up if I feel like I just need to, I don't know, just maybe just want to read again. Our next book is going to be When I Kill You. Man, what a title. When I Kill You by B.A. Paris. Y'all, okay? This looks like some Scream type of stuff, right? Like the movie Scream. It just seems like the movie Scream to me. That's what really got me. Because it's like, well, what's going on with that cover? What is happening? You know what I mean? You know, I'm a covers type of person, so they get me every time. They get me every time. So this one is a suspenseful thriller, and I totally 100% was so involved with this book here. So we have our main character who's just a normal everyday woman who is awakened or notices out her window a woman who is having an event happen to her. So she has had her phone taken, and from this event other things happen. And the book really shows how one event is not what it seems, and then you actually have an event that's going on that feeds off the other event, if that makes sense. And they all are just so good. And the book is going to take you through the story of the woman's life in the past and current life, which I absolutely love. I know a lot of people may not love this, but I love it because you have to keep up. You don't keep up, you're going to miss some things, right? You're going to miss some things, and then you're going to be angry at yourself. So I had to keep up in that way, because it would switch to the past and then the current times. And I like that. I like that. It just kept my attention because I didn't want to miss anything. And this woman is just really tormented, but she's tormented by somebody that she doesn't even suspect, and somebody who she thinks it is from her past. So good. So absolutely freaking good. I love this one. This one kept me locked in. Our next book, I was influenced by the library. And what a coincidence. The book is called The Influencer. And this one is by Adriane Leigh. And when I tell you, I am enjoying this one. So this one I'm listening to the audio of right now, and it is so good. When I tell you it jumps off with a bang, it absolutely does. And I don't know, it was just something about the cover of the book, and then just the title. We have our main character. She's in a marriage which is not doing so well. She has a very good following on social media, and her social media is curated, so she's not involved with the social media, but someone else is. And this situation turns against her so quickly, and she has trouble in her marriage that may be stemming from her curated social media platform. Y'all, I am into this one so heavy right now. I can't wait to see the outcome. I will have to recap on this probably in the month of May. Recap on what is going on with this particular book. But I definitely plan on it because it is so good right now. And I'm recommending already. I don't even know what the outcome is going to be, but I'm recommending it already because I absolutely love this one. And this is supposed to be a part of a series, so I'm hoping, because this is so good, I can't only say that the other books have to be good too. So yes, that is all of our books for the month of February, March, and April. It has been very eventful, and I have to say that I really enjoy a good book. So when I come across one that's a little different, it does not matter. I just want to complete it and finish it, and then like sit back, take it in, and then we'll evaluate it. You know what I mean? But I feel like the books that I get into, they are all a part of my escapism. I like to be taken away. Okay? I like to be taken out of my element and placed somewhere else and having a good time. That's just what I like doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe again and turn on your notifications, because you know, sometimes I do like to pile a lot of my months in one video. It just really depends. And I just want you to stay updated on the videos that I do post here. And guys, I hope again you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Until then,